Hello everyone, this is part 2, video 2, and I will discuss 3 short answer questions of A Living God written by Lafcadio Hearn in this session. Do check the pinned comment section for part 1, video 1, where I have discussed 3 other important workbook questions. Let us continue. Question 4. Describe how help arrived at Hamaguchi's house. In A Living God, the protagonist Hamaguchi sought help on a fateful autumn evening when a tsunami was about to hit the village. Why did he want help? He had to save the 400 lives in peril. This is significant. 400 lives in danger. Indeed, help arrived at his house due to his presence of mind and his selflessness. Critical comment. Due to his presence of mind and selflessness. And how did help arrive at his house? The acolyte of the hill temple, observing the blaze, set the big bell booming. Number 1. And the people responded to the double warning. The bell and the burning rice stacks. So the double warning, bell plus the rice stacks, burning rice stacks. They hurried in from the sands and over the beach and from the village, up from the village, like a swarming of ants. So they were in a hurry to reach the spot as soon as possible. Each moment was precious, but Hamaguchi did not have to wait very long. The first party, very important, of succor arrived at his farmhouse that stood at the verge of a small plateau overlooking a bay. So this is number 3. You must mention this in your answer. A score of agile young peasants came. Very important quotation. A score of agile young peasants came. Change paragraph. The whole village was coming after that for help. All the young men and boys came soon on the spot. Spot क्या था? Hamaguchi's house. और Hamaguchi का जो house है वो कहाँ पे था? Stood at the verge of a small plateau overlooking a bay. Look how I have mentioned almost all the important points in my brief answer. And not a few of the more active women and girls. Then came the older folk, mothers with babies, children. They managed to climb the steep ascent. उन्होंने कैसे ये रास्ता कवर किया? The way was a steep ascent and they managed to climb the steep ascent. In this way, Hamaguchi gathered everyone who came to help him. A conclusion, a simple conclusion. Just 1 page, but this answer is compact. After this, very quickly, question number 5. Again, just a single page for your 5 marks answers. What happened as soon as the old man shouted, "Say now if I be mad"? क्या हुआ था? Tsunami hit the village. In Lafcadio Hearn's A Living God, Hamaguchi Gohei shouted at the confused people, "Say now if I be mad." And then he pointed to the open. What happened? As soon as he said this, tsunami hit the village. Immediately after this, introduction में ही मैंने most important point of this answer को mention किया है. Introduction, introductory statement, इसीलिए बहुत important है and must be directly related to the question asked. And what happened in detail now with the help of textual reference. Through the twilight eastward all looked. What did they see? There was a long, lean, dim line like the shadowing of a coast where there was no coast at the edge of the dusky horizon. The line thickened and broadened very quickly. It was the returning sea. Tsunami, it was the returning sea, towering like a cliff. Quotations. coursing more swiftly than the kite flies. I have used appropriate quotations. Next, the colossal swell. Another important quotation. The colossal swell smote the shore heavily with a foam burst like a blaze of sheet lightning. All these lines are there in the book. Then for an instant nothing was visible. A storm of spray rushed up the slope like a cloud. The people were shocked and then scattered back in panic. You must mention each and every point that I have included in my answer. क्या हुआ था? क्या हुआ था? The people were shocked and then scattered back in panic. A white horror of sea was raving over the place of their homes. It drew back, roaring, tearing out the bowels of the earth as it went. The sea struck 5 times and then ebbed, and its intensity declined and returned to its ancient bed, still raging as after a typhoon. Now this answer you must learn by heart because this is a complete descriptive answer. बहुत सारे points है इस answer में. So book अच्छे तरीके से पढ़ना और मेरा जो ये reference answer है उसे भी एक बारी देख लेना, उसे भी तुम लोग याद कर लेना. So the conclusion now, there was destruction everywhere. The village was not there and the sea thus washed away almost everything. So this is what had happened as soon as Hamaguchi shouted, say now if I be mad. देखो, अपना पीछे देखो और बताओ क्या मैं mad हूँ? Question 6. Briefly discuss the role played by Hamaguchi's grandson, Tada, in A Living God. So this question is not there in the workbook. This is an extra question. मुझे लगा इसको भी तुम्हें याद कर लेना चाहिए. Role played by the little boy. In A Living God, Hamaguchi Gohei's grandson was a little lad of 10, innocent and inexperienced. His role in the narrative, however, is quite crucial. He's not just a little boy, a simple innocent boy. He plays an important role. The rest of the household had gone early to the village and the old man was at home with the boy. Very important. Hamaguchi घर में अकेला था. किसके साथ? Grandson के साथ. Thus, when Hamaguchi understood what the sea was going to do, he simply called to his grandson, Tada, quick, very quick, light me a torch. So the child kindled a pine torch quickly at once. This is important. वो छोटा एक बच्चा था मगर he kindled a pine torch, that too quickly at once, and the old man hurried with it to the fields. What is the significance of this? Had he not been there, had the little boy not been there, old Hamaguchi perhaps would not have been able to start the flaming fire so quickly because Hamaguchi was old and the boy was a little boy, quick, very quick. अगर टडा नहीं होता तो क्या होता? Hamaguchi किससे कहता? इतनी जल्दी क्या Hamaguchi ये सब कुछ कर पाता? Hamaguchi ने बहुत कुछ किया, बहुत जल्दी किया, मगर his old age was a challenge to him. And since he had his grandson by his side, he could act so quickly and so easily. The child stared wildly at the blazing rice, burst into tears and ran back to the house. His reaction is also important. He was too small to realize the significance of Hamaguchi's selfless act and presence of mind. This is the beauty of the narrative. टडा को पता ही नहीं था Hamaguchi कितने selfless थे और Hamaguchi का जो presence of mind है वो कितना mind blowing था. He called him mad. Who set the fire to the rice on purpose? Villagers say टडा ने ही कहा था. My grandfather is mad. He set the fire to the rice on purpose. The people were confused as a result of this. ये बच्चा क्या कह रहा है? When Hamaguchi explained everything, little Tadar ran to him and was sorry. The child's reaction thus reveals the suddenness of the whole situation. This is a critical comment. Number 1, suddenness. Suddenly, ये सब कुछ हो गया. And the consequent resulting veneration of the old man. जब बच्चे को ये रियलाइज हुआ वो गलत था, जब विलेजर्स को ये रियलाइज हुआ कि वो लोग गलत थे हमागुची के बारे में, they started to respect him more. The consequent veneration of the old man. So these are the 6 workbook short answer questions fully solved for you.